It's snowing heavily, and it's the first proper snow for this winter in my region. So I thought it would be a good moment to share with you some quick 5 tips for photographing in winter conditions. Tip number 1. If you're using a DSLR, make sure to overexpose your images with at least one stop, because the camera is built in such a way that will automatically underexpose all this brightness. And you need to compensate for that in order to have snow that looks like the real snow. It's almost the same with a mirrorless. The only plus is that you are already seeing the image in the on the LCD screen or on the visor, and you can compensate for that visually. Tip number 2, always use a tripod. You may think it's really bright and you don't need a tripod, but the exposure time right now is f11 and 1 and 15th of a second, and you can't handhold the camera with this exposure time. So make sure you bring the tripod with you, even if it's winter. Tip number 3, make sure when you post-process these images that you pick the right white balance. These images tend to get with a tint of blue, depending on the moment of the day you're photographing. So make sure you're compensating for that correctly. You can't end up with a snow that looks blue, yellow, orange, nor completely white, because completely white you won't see any detail, but it needs to have that feeling of white, of clean, of white snow. Tip number 4, the perfect moment to go out and do some landscape photography in winter is the morning after the snow fell. The trees still have snow on them. It's not blown by the wind, it's not melted yet. Also, the leaves have snow on them. It's the perfect scenario for doing winter landscape photography. Tip number 5, the way you dress, what you bring with you as food and drink is really, really important. So I'm having water that is normal temperature. I don't drink hot tea anymore, because this combination of hot and cold can damage your throat. To eat, I rarely bring something. I always have something for emergencies, but I don't like to eat during these hikes. And for clothing, I'm always having 2 pair of gloves, 2 pair of hats, and extra layers that I can either take off on or put on me or change if I'm getting too sweaty. It's really important if you want to enjoy your photography in winter conditions. So I promised 5 quick tips for winter landscape photography, and I think I delivered that as fast as possible. If you want to learn more about landscape photography, check out my ebook. The link is in the description of this video. And until next time, keep on photographing, because it's the only way to get better.